It's Friday, it's payday. How does it go? It's Friday night, just got paid. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Welcome to my payday routine, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how I go about my salary distribution. Some of you may already know that I work a job that gives me variable pay, so the salary that I earn every month is different. It varies based on the hours that I would have worked, etc. And what I'm going to be sharing with you in this video is actually quite helpful if you are running your own business, if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're just somebody who has multiple streams of income. It's also going to help you to kind of have account and give account for your income, how much you make, and how you're distributing and spending your money, investments, etc. I've done a couple of videos already where I'm talking about how to make extra income, how to start Etsy shops and run an online business, wealth management, wealth creation, as well as saving money. So this kind of brings everything together, because at the end of the day, there are three pillars of wealth creation. You got to make money, you got to manage money, and you've got to multiply money. And this is really where it starts for me. I start off by going into my emails and looking at a detailed breakdown of my payslip of how much I've earned, of course, based on how much I've worked. And once I've gotten the amount of money that I've made for the month, in fact, I'll just log in right now. This is something that I do every month. So the great thing is my payslip and salary don't come at the same time. My payslip comes a couple of days before my salary comes. So at least in these couple of days, I have time to sit down and look at how much I've made and plan in terms of what I'm going to be spending, what I'm going to be saving. And it's really important. If I don't do this now, when the salary hits my account, you kind of start feeling rich and you just start spending money recklessly. And oftentimes you're even spending on things that you don't need. And I know earlier on today, I was actually looking on Amazon at certain things that I've been wanting to buy. I was, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5 or 6 tripods, and the main one is broken, but I still have other ones that I can use. Like this one, it doesn't really swivel to the degree that I would want it to swivel. So I was actually thinking about buying a new tripod, but I sat down with myself and I was like, can I afford it right now? Is it a priority? So these are some of the questions that I ask myself immediately when I have this opportunity and this time. And normally if I just have money lying around that I haven't really planned for it, I would have just gone ahead and just made that purchase. And I also have these receipts from a few transactions that I've made over the past few days that I haven't entered into my spreadsheet. So before I even start allocating money of how I should be spending my next paycheck, I need to enter these receipts to close this month to see how much I've made and how much I've stayed within budget. I know for sure I actually have stretched and I've gone out of budget in my last month, which is ending today. Well, it is ending in a couple of days when my salary comes in, because I have this problem of underestimating how much I'll need for my groceries and stuff. So this is one of those things that I'm still kind of working on. And I've already talked about how you can kind of come up with a general budget for what you will spend in the month. And always starts with you knowing really what the average things that you're spending on. I don't spend much eating out. I do really like to cook at home. I prefer homemade meals and stuff like that. But I always underestimate how much I'm going to need, just as a float, as the amount of money that I'll need for stuff like fruits and vegetables. So when I'm sitting here and I'm planning, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to spend so much money on my groceries, but oftentimes I actually spend a bit more. So with this in mind, I'm just going to wrap up my last month expenses and just see how much I've gone over, and then revisit and revise how much I'm actually spending on average on my groceries. So my new budget for August, my new budget, which is end of July to end of August, will and should have a more realistic value of how much I spend on my groceries. There are also some transactions that I don't have receipts for that I paid for by card. So I'm just going to go through my phone and enter those in as well. Take my hand, you share this So with me, darling, without you, all the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal with night sky will never be enough, never be enough. Towers of gold are still too little. These hands could hold the world, but it'll never be enough, never be enough. Never, ever, never enough, never, never enough, never for me, for me, never enough. All the shine of 1,000 spotlights, all the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough, never be enough. So now that we're actually looking at the pay slip, the first thing I'm going to do is determine how much I'm actually going to be saving this month. And because my salary is variable, I don't always save the same amount of money from month to month, but I work with a certain percentage. I try and do it over 10% as much as is possible, but usually I will say a minimum of 10%. And it's important for me to put that money aside first before I start spending, because if I don't, the money is never enough. And before you know it, you've already spent even more than you should. And we get to save quite a bit. This is God! Woohoo! Thank you, Father God. Anyway, I'm celebrating because I've actually made more than I normally make, more than I was expecting, and it's really, really nice. So the hard work is done. Now we'll just be waiting for the money to come in so we can spend it. But yeah, honestly, it's done. This is really something that you have to do. And if you're married, this is something that's important for you to do together with your spouse. And just plan and allocate what's happening. And it's basically just putting your house in order for the next month. And where I've been struggling is really staying within budget, because there's certain things or certain payments that I know are fixed, but there are variable amounts of money that I need to spend here and there. Like I was talking about fruits and vegetables, money that you spend on a regular basis and stuff. So that the trick is really, of course, to stay within budget and not to spend more than you have planned to spend. Those impulse purchases are always the tricky thing. And the point is just to develop self-discipline. Nobody has arrived yet. We've all just left. And it's important for us to at least start the journey. So if you haven't started doing this and budgeting and planning how you're going to be spending your money at the end of the month, I would urge you and encourage you to do it. It really helps me. And what I do also throughout the month is I keep a spreadsheet, which I have on my phone. And thank the Lord for synchronization. It's across all my devices. So whether I pick up my tablet, my laptop, or my phone, I'll be able to input and just pop that amount that I've spent in there. And it helps me to keep a track of my expenses as I go. Don't make a chore out of it. It's something that is simple, it's straightforward. You can make your own Excel sheet. This is the one that I use. I'll share my screen with you now and just show you. I have 5 columns. The first column is income, how much I've actually made. The second column is the source of that income. The third is the budget. The fourth is what I've actually spent. And the last column I have is the actual transaction. What did I spend the money on? I've color-coded to show a difference between the different sources of income and how I'm spending that money from those different sources. So guys, this is really how simple it is, and I hope that you have liked this video, and if you have, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. I also look forward to hearing from you, so chat with me in the comment section below. Catch me on Instagram at @Samantha. I look forward to seeing you on the next video, so be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you on the next one.